Draft Pod, baby. We are so back. Big Hank in studio giving us the full breakdown of how the youth is looking in training camp. Big Schwan man here doing an ACC preview and some future bets on the NFL. Football is so back, baby. We are so ready. Going in now. DNVR Draft Pod. We're doing it, baby. Let's go. I missed this so much in my 1 week off. Incredible.
Well, my week was like empty without it last week.
Right?
I showed up on Thursday and I was like, something's just
It's fulfillment. Hopefully we don't have a read on this show. I don't think we do. Honestly, I stopped doing therapy. Expensive. This is my therapy.
Hell
it's
yeah.
an hour a week, right?
Mine
Same
too.
concept. Just be present. In fact, we're going to turn the notifications off.
Really?
Wow, D&D mode.
Stress
Hopefully
be
nothing
damned.
important happens.
Hopefully nothing important does happen, Henry. But you know what? This is what's important right now.
True.
And God, that is a gift. Another gift is having Zach Anderson in the chat. What up, Big Zach? The other gift is to be joined by you fine gentlemen. Fine gentlemen. I'm able to go on vacay. I do my thing. I'm so glad I didn't say what I was about to say. On these vacations, I've had a chance to bond with sons of my friends, right? Two different vacations, two different set of friends, both have two young boys. So I was going to say I've had a chance to bond with young boys. I'm so glad I didn't say that. I'm so glad I didn't say that. But what I'm finding as a girl dad, these young boys, they just soak up sports info.
It's great.
I mean, I can just teach these kids what a tackle is and watch like tackle highlights.
Yeah, I used to be the kid telling my dad's friends, did you know that Terrell Davis...
So great.
Yeah. Did you tell them about your sons?
No. Who are my sons?
I thought that was us. Yeah. I thought that was going to be like the whole things. Like we talked about their kid. And
they love a good name drop. So it's more Benny, Baldy, Eric Lacroix stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
it's more like,
interesting.
Josh Kroenke was in our studio. P-Watt. Yeah. Oh, you like the P-Watt shirt? I've heard P-Watt. Stuff like that. You know, a little name droppy.
That is more name droppy.
We're at lunch. Baldy's on NFL Network. It's like,
I know that
pops
guy.
on it right. So yeah, that was really fun, but it's not the same as talking to my sons here.
There we go.
There we go.
And while I get to be on vacay and do all that, you guys are so back.
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
I need to hear everything, boys. Everything. How's the grass smelling? How's the leather of the football feeling and smelling? How close are we to getting crashed into on the sideline? I need to know it all.
I took a football of the leg a couple days ago.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
From?
It was a punt that skipped, I believe.
You got cross-shot.
okay?
Yeah. No, everybody gets cross-shot once or twice.
That's awesome. What?
Yeah. Well, update on the leather of the football, I would say very well broken in. You know, they put a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
It's like those official leather footballs. I mean, they'll spend an hour just breaking in for a game ball. And for practice balls, they get halfway there.
Insights you can't get anywhere.
Yeah.
RC, get on the graphic now, please. Incredible. Okay, good.
Very dark football. Because they come light and then you rub the stuff into it. Yeah.
I bet that leather
Yeah.
would feed my family for generations. Just that
As an
smell,
Italian,
you know?
that's kind of the stuff you're into. Yeah.
Oh, that smells so good. You actually get to watch football or just talk football?
We just talk football, man.
That's great.
I watch football on YouTube. That's all I'm allowed to do.
Come into the office yesterday, dude's grinding tape.
BYU.
ASU BYU?
Yep.
That's real Sun Devil versus
Two opponents this year.
They're against
the
that
prophet.
guy. That would probably really fire them up.
The problem, right? Literally.
Moving along. Fire, yes. Fire.
What a great transition. You got cross-shod. Let's talk how the youth is looking as I put it in the cold open, which again, we're finding our rhythm. You know, you take a week off, you got to kind of get those gears back and going. So, but yeah, this entire podcast is an excuse for me to just talk about Troy Franklin and how the breakout is incoming.
Yep.
But I leave the floor to you to talk about any other first, second year. I'll allow a practice squad breakout if he's 3 years back. But that's as far as I go. You bring up a third-year player, I'm jumping across this desk if he was drafted.
Okay, so we got to do some math on Alex Palczewski. We'll let him go.
Palczew's allowed.
Palczew's allowed.
Palczew's allowed.
He's been solid. I wouldn't say it's been great. He had a couple dominant
I'm glad
camps.
we're starting there. Palczew's was solid. That's what the people want to know.
Okay, what do people really want to know? RJ Harvey has some hands. He makes some tough, like over-the-shoulder catches, which is good for him, of course. Like that's a big piece of what you want to be able to do. Is scared. You put the linebacker on him, then the answer is you go deep. And so he's made those catches, which is a good sign. Just looks smooth as a receiver. I think running the football, we don't really know much yet because they aren't allowed to tackle.
Hardest thing to evaluate when you're observing a practice is how are the running backs actually performing.
Yep.
Virtually impossible.
Which means that we shouldn't even go down this road. But if we were to go down that road, I would say J.K. Dobbins, of course, is probably top of the depth chart. After that,
across the table?
Yeah, it's happening.
Blake Watson looks really good.
Oh,
former receiver at Memphis,
season?
Shifted to running back there.
Throw up the
wound
dub.
Up here. Yep, Blake Watson. Because there are enough of those where you're like, he's bouncing this way, bouncing that way, bouncing that way. It's like, I think maybe two of those guys got like a hand on him. I also think he's just flying right through that, and there are some big runs there.
Blake Watson he's shifty, man.
He's very shifty,
especially for a guy who's not super teeny tiny.
Yep.
Like Jaleel, he's shifty, but like no duh. If he wasn't shifty, he would have died on a field.
Yes, the whole point. Yes.
But Blake has some real shiftiness for a bigger guy. Really has some hands. And then has the long speed. His only knock coming out of college, the only reason he goes undrafted is he's an older guy.
Yep. Yeah.
And clearly Sean Payton doesn't really care.
The Broncos don't care anymore. No.
Especially at the skill positions, maybe more than anywhere else. They're kind of like, whatever, give me the old guy. I don't care.
Fast tracking development, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. He's one I'm really excited to watch, though. I think there's a chance that he's going to have like a crazy preseason game. Like I said, like RJ looks fast.
How many running backs do they bring?
So
4?
Dobbins, Jaleel, Estime, Bidet, Watson, Harvey is 6. And so I would imagine they only carry 3. There's a chance they have 4. So here's the tough part.
Is Blake doing stuff in special teams? Are you allowed to say?
Yes, he is doing stuff. It's tough to say like whether it's going well because basically everybody they kind of put through there except for like Court and Evan Ingram and those guys. But I wouldn't say he's stood out in any way in special teams.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so the tough part there is you're keeping 6 receivers. You're keeping, I think, 4 tight ends, assuming you keep Loner, Ingram. You still will need 2 blockers if you want to have a functional tight end room.
Yeah.
And when that's the case, it's just really tough to also keep 4 running backs.
Yeah.
I know. It's the Joker positions. They interfere with each other. And I'm also a big Nate Atkins guy.
Yep. I think he's safe. I think Ingram's safe. I think Adkins is safe. And I think the other competition's more... Well, because again, like if you have Ingram and Loner, you need a blocker.
Yeah.
Adkins is your best blocker. Troutman is kind of right there with him and is well-rounded.
Yeah.
But then Kroll you have down like behind. So to me, Adkins is pretty safe.
I had so much hope for Troutman when he was drafted. And then... he's a jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
I also think the shift to the wide zone system and all the play action that's going to come with that could be good for all the tight ends. Because I feel like that might be the most tight end friendly system. It's a lot of just like run over here and we're going to flood them on this side and we're going to hit you. Versus like the Sean Payton stuff. if you're Evan Ingram and you're getting a split out, that's one thing. But like putting Adam Troutman on this and saying like, just run this quick little like slant from here, this little like quick in from here, quick out from here, that's not really his game as much. And so I think all the tight ends other than Ingram, and maybe even including Ingram, from that wide zone, you might see the receiving production tick up per opportunity they actually have.
How about Barron?
Barron, doing just fine. I think there haven't been a lot of splash plays. He also hasn't given up all that much. I think like Troy Franklin got like a 15-yard out against him. And there are a couple of those little ones, but there's nothing like huge going on. I think Troy Franklin also got him in one-on-ones. It's like good coverage just went up above him. He's not the tallest guy and caught it for a 40-yard touchdown. Still waiting to see Barron do things that make him special. I guess he had the one blitz in a 2-minute drill a couple days ago where he's just untouched, forces Bo to throw the ball away, and you're like, okay, there's the first like play that we've seen. Just a lot of the same things we kind of worried about. Particularly one-on-ones, and one-on-ones are very geared toward the offensive course, but you see things like playing a ways off the line of scrimmage and continuing to drift back, and a guy like Michael Bandy, you give him the free release, you let him just make his break, that's just a catch. And one-on-ones, I get it, that's different, but you still are waiting to see him get up, get his hands on a guy, or drop back and be physical at the break and try to like reroute a guy. Some of that stuff, he's just a little bit raw, but again, it's not like he's giving up big plays. For the most part, he isn't giving much up at all. Just still waiting.
Okay.
Love that. Let's get into the wide receivers, but on the other side, where I want to shout out our good friends at Bet365, who we will be talking about quite a bit as we get into our NFL futures and favorite offseason bets. Obviously, that's also a great guide for when we talk college conference previews. So when we get into the ACC, that'll help guide us on real contenders, dark horse contenders, and beyond. But now, Bet365, the official partner of the Denver Nuggets and Colorado Avalanche. Right now, new users, you get on the app and you can get their sign-up offer, which is an awesome one. All you have to do, minimum deposit, $10, minimum bet, $5. And once that bet is settled, win, lose, or draw, you guys know the deal. So not one of these futures we're about to talk about. Some Rockies bet, bet some tennis with me, bet some F1 with
preseason
with
football.
Jake, preseason football.
That's where money is made.
I know.
I'm not brave.
I would love to tap into some preseason unders, but that first game,
I don't think
a little high score.
I had the over.
Yeah,
Now that hit so quick.
yeah, it really Trey Lance season.
Yep. Because the thing is, they're turnovers. So that's why with Trey Lance, I was like, he's either going to put up big numbers or he's going to turn the ball over a lot.
Sloppy with the
Either
football.
way.
Sloppy with the football. I mean, these are the insights, and you take those insights and you turn them into cold, hard cash at Bet365. So you do that, and then when you take care of that sign-up offer, when you sign up, you use our code DNVR365 to get that awesome offer. Of course, must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply. Would you mind telling our good friends about Fanstake, Jakester?
Fanstake's a cool new app where it allows you, the fans, to directly invest in your favorite college football team. Right now, CU is only the 5th most popular fan base. We can get those numbers up. Buff Nation is loud and large. So how it works, the portal's closed right now, so you can stake players currently on your team's roster, or you can, if you have eligible recruits who are coming up in the 2026 class to sign in December, you can go stake them on there as well. The Buffs have a big quarterback battle going on. We'll see if Julian is able to start, but he is the future. So if you want to stake Julian Lewis, more Buffs, or anyone on your favorite team, hit up our friends over at Fanstake, where they're currently offering a free $25 credit, no credit card required or strings attached. We're encouraging everyone to stake Julian Lewis, the future of Colorado's football program. Click the link in our description, scan the QR code, or just head to fanstake.com and use promo code DNVR to help keep Julian with the Buffs.
Heck yeah. Shout out to Rod Blocker, seeing Big Hank putting in the work and tuning into all our pods, because he's a real one. You're a legend, Rod, and leave us a thumbs up. Much love to you all. Okay, Hank. Keep it going.
Receivers.
Yeah.
Pat Bryant looks good.
Yeah.
The route running. Again, it's one-on-one, so it's whatever. But just seeing the release, seeing the way he breaks into routes, like the footwork there is exceptional. Like it's pretty crazy. And it's smart too. I mean, the way that he's, you run the dig, the way he gets the corner leading outside, gets inside position, and then breaks off quick and gets in there. Like it all adds up, and you're seeing it pay off during the practice too. Makes a bunch of catches. I think if you're looking for more, there have been a couple plays where he's had opportunities to make great catches, and he hasn't made those yet. There's one where Riley's all over him. I think it's a 7-on-7, like red zone 7-on-7s. And Pat breaks out toward the side of the end zone. Riley's all over him, and Pat's able to like go over the boundary and get a hand on a ball. Just wasn't able to reel it in. There was one that was like, it was a low pass. It was kind of at his shins, and he was going to the ground. I think this was 2 days ago, and he went down and almost was able to bring it in. So there are a couple of those where if he was making those catches, then we'd be saying, oh my goodness, Pat Bryant looks like he's going to be like wide receiver 2. For now, it just looks like he's reliable. He gets open. It's all positive signs, but the next step is make those really tough catches. Catches that he made at Illinois.
Yeah. Speed hasn't been an issue, I'm assuming.
Nope.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's exciting. And the savvy route running showing up already.
Yep.
And he looks like a pro player from the stuff I see.
Yep.
That frame looks very suited to fit in the NFL.
I agree.
Okay. I want to hear about Troy Franklin and Joaquin Davis.
Yep.
And then I can move on with my life.
Okay. Joaquin Davis. Big and fast.
Joaquin.
Yes. Again, another guy with the those like over routes on those bootlegs. He's just so fast. And he's fast enough that he gets open, you hit him, and then he's fast enough that he catches it and runs. There's a lot to like there.
Any drop issues so far?
No drop issues.
Yeah, that's great.
If anything, it's just like getting open issues.
Yeah.
Or volume issues.
Yeah.
And you imagine it's because he's just not commanding enough volume. I think somebody posted a clip of Court talking to him about the footwork on a fade and the back shoulder aspect of it. And there's a lot of that stuff where he's just super raw. So for those who don't know a lot about Joaquin Davis,
totally.
which
right.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who hasn't heard.
Oh, no doubt. No
doubt. 4.36 40 time, 43-inch vertical, 6'4", just freak of an athlete. Only guy to put those numbers up at the NFL Combine, Megatron. And that's why we're so excited. Now, unfortunately, playing HBCU football last year, he's never had a 500-yard season.
Yep.
And so you're just looking for like what is not adding up here. Made a couple good plays. We've seen some jump balls. Curious to see what he looks like in the preseason. And I also would imagine he's on the very short list for the practice squad.
Love that for us.
Troy Franklin is just bigger, and he plays bigger. They can use him on the sidelines, which is new because there was just nothing you could do with Troy on the sideline. Get pushed around, didn't have the footwork to get open. They say that it's all...
Has he actually put on weight? Like,
yes.
What do you think it is? He was so skinny.
Yeah, I think he
was
measured
like Kevin Durant
176. I think Broncos listed him 178 last year. I would guess he's pushing 190.
Whoa, that's huge.
Pushing, probably not there, but pushing.
That's huge.
Again, it's just the physicality you see in the routes. Like being able to get into a guy's body and then break out.
Let's go.
It just adds an aspect, especially trying to get to the sideline and then using his length on the sideline is working. He did have one drop. And when he had that one drop a few days ago, you get the flashbacks.
Yeah.
But there are enough plays out there. I mean, they had the 2-minute drill on Tuesday. 2 of the first 3 plays were to Troy, and he picked up, I think, like 10 yards and maybe 20 yards, 30 yards on those 2 plays, basically powering the entire drive.
Feels like he could really be their big play threat this year.
Yes.
Is he a threat to Mims?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, to me, Troy's wide receiver too.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll see how it all plays out, but I think that's kind of over. Again, with Mims, we want to see the steps. And what he is a very valuable piece. You know, being able to take those screens, to be able to go deep and stretch the defense. but there isn't enough to say that he can do much else. You know, he struggles to separate a little bit. When he does separate, like he'll pull away from a guy in a dig after the break, but in order to pull away, you have to run full speed. And so you've got this like ridiculously fast moving target moving 15 yards away. And on top of that, he's just not the biggest guy.
Yeah.
And so you combine like a very fast target that's also a very small target, and there's just been too many misconnections. And you'll be like, oh, Bo put that one just a tiny bit behind him. And you're like, well, kind of tough to hit him right on the money. But again, that doesn't mean that Mims isn't going to be valuable. It's just that what he does is take a bunch of screens and jet sweeps.
Gotta roll.
Exactly. And what I would like to see is those drag routes. If you could just get him against man coverage, just nice and shallow, if he could find a way to get open there, that would add a lot, I think.
Yeah, screen game, direct run game. Yep. Also, I mean, that's a guy who should really benefit from a Troy Franklin breakout, Pat Bryant being a real factor. All of a sudden, spacing should really open up for Mims underneath on those drag routes and other options to create yak.
Q Robinson's very big.
Yeah.
Dealing with like the bone bruise, haven't seen a lot. Was really good at the beginning of camp though, and very high hopes there.
Clay Webb, Xavier Truss.
Yeah.
Any of the undrafted guys standing out to you?
I'd start with offensive line is a little bit tougher to see this camp. So it used to be during the team periods would be up on the hill. So we'd get like a bit of an angle down. When you're just like flat on with everything, it's tough to be super confident what you're seeing. But I will say Clay Webb playing guard surprised me.
Yeah.
Because you see him out there and you're like, he is a head shorter than pretty much the entire offensive line room. He is the shortest man in that room. And for him to be playing guard instead of center, played guard last year, was an All-American last year playing guard, so there's a case to be made. But just given the diverse skill set, I would have expected center. And with
strength is like he's a bad dude, you
Totally.
know, to play guard, right guard especially. You know, like have just running behind him on the strong side. But you're right. The build when you watch him is like, oh, that's a center. You know, there's just those dudes. You see them, it's like, oh, that dude's built like a center.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Depth tackles are struggling. They're getting beat up on like when Jonah Ellis.
Palcho aside or Palcho included? Pert aside?
So
Pert
Palcho, I wouldn't say it's bad. I would say that like you win some, you lose some with him. And especially for him with McGlinchey missing as much time as he has. Like he's had more opportunities to be going against like Nick Bonito, you know? And some of the other guys, like if you're Xavier Truss, the way they're just kind of rotating all those edge rushers, sometimes he's going up against Jonah Ellis, doesn't go well. And you're like, well, maybe this shouldn't go well, even if you are still going to turn out to be what we hope you are. So yeah, I would say in terms of like the offensive line, I don't really have anything positive to say about anybody. We talked before, Joe Michalski, the undrafted rookie center out of Boston College. He has had some issues with some snaps, like actually pretty crazy issues to watch. It's kind of over and over again. But yeah, that's about it for those guys. I wish I had more.
Frank Crum.
Oh, Christian Williams, defensive tackle, good. Frank Crum, doing fine. I had a pancake in the last practice. Again, I'd still say defense edge rushers are beating tackles, and that includes him. But has had a couple of moments in camp where I've been like, oh, good job, Frank. That was impressive. Like you're big and strong and all that. And that's more than I can say about some of the other guys.
Love that.
Hell yeah.
It's great camp breakdown of all the young guys right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Oh, one more.
I needed that.
I think it might be Karene Reed, I think is what the Broncos say. It looks like Kareem Reed out of Utah. He flies around.
Yeah.
He flies around.
The safety.
Converted safety, now playing linebacker.
Oh, wow.
I played, Utah flipped him. So, but the way that he moves at the second level, gets into holes, he's made some pretty solid plays.
I like that conversion a lot.
Yes.
He was a standout for the Utes defense.
Yeah.
He was.
And you know, classic safety where it's like he goes undrafted because he's probably more of a football player than he is an athlete. Mm-hmm. But we talk about that all the time, how back seven, especially middle back seven, IQ, instincts, they go a long way for you. Being a solid tackler, just being a reliable last line of defense can go so far for you. And honestly, I think we overrate just raw athleticism at those positions when just, being able to wrap up, having good instincts, reading the play correctly, is probably more valuable.
And I'd add that entire linebacker room looks awesome.
I love that.
Yep.
We need it.
All the way down. Like Jordan Turner, JB Brown, everybody looks really good.
Hell yeah.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm so excited.
I know. It's hard to contain the excitement.
I know.
Look at high drama over there. What a legend.
Let's go.
Cycloptic, he talked about Clay Webb playing a little bit at guard. Beauty of YouTube is you can always rewind if you need to catch that part. Love everyone in the chat. Leave us a thumbs up. Let's take a quick little break and then NFL Futures, ACC stuff.
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay. But first, a shout out to our dear friends at Toyota. Toyota. My goodness, what a car. What a Colorado car, because trucks, SUVs, part of Toyota's DNA. Perfect Colorado car. Get in your car, just take off, go into the mountains, have yourself a break like I did last week. Glorious, glorious times. And Toyota, great car to do that in. So many options. 4-wheel, all-wheel drive. Anyone who drives a Toyota at DNVR swears by it. Their reliability, their safety, their customer service, how easy they are to deal with and everything. And just like such an incredible variety of cars and SUVs, hybrid vehicles that it's honestly, we don't even have enough time to mention them all in a minute read. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you to see what Toyota may suit your needs. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL, the official vehicle of DNVR. Toyota, let's go places, my friends. And would one of you mind taking Cake Mortgage?
Yeah.
That's a little
if you're looking for a mortgage, Cake is the place to go. Particularly if you're somebody who doesn't have like a normal income, like a W-2 income, because a lot of lenders will want to look for that in particular. Cake Mortgage, though, has a bunch of different ways. They can look at all of your like income, your bank statements, all that sort of stuff to say like, oh, you're actually bringing this much in. You can afford to make this. We don't need to see the legal documents that say that you do whatever. A whole bunch of perks for that. Works for a whole bunch of different people, including freelancers, like truck drivers or whoever else.
Business owners.
Business owners, yes, them in particular. Also, if you want to get an income property, if you want to just buy a rental place, all you need to do is have the appraiser say you'll make this much money per month renting it out. And as long as that is close to or more than the payment you have to make on your mortgage, there's a good chance that they're going to approve you. So they've got a bunch of different products for a bunch of different people. Works for everybody, but particularly for people who, like I said, are self-employed, don't have a W-2, whatever that may be. So head over to Cake Mortgage. You can call 800-EAT-CAKE. That's 800-EAT-CAKE. Again, call 800-EAT-CAKE to get a bigger slice of the American dream. Call now or visit cakehome.com to read our 5-star review and to get started. Cake Mortgage Corp, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply.
Masterfully done.
Happy birthday, Jake.
Put on the spot. Masterfully done. Happy birthday, Jake. Yep. On Saturday, a little pre-birthday party to you. Hopefully the Broncos bring home that dub. And I like this question from our guy, Donald Wilson Jr. here. Depth now actually means we might not have a UDFA signed this year. What say you, Henry? Does a UDFA make the 53 and keep the streak alive? Or is this the year the streak is broken?
So I would say this is the year the streak is broken. I mean, the streak had been broken. A couple years ago, it was broken.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So, but there was still the
Fact checker over
just
here.
throwing it out there. They did have 3 last year with Lavelle Bailey, Blake Watson, and a third. It wasn't
Did
Palczewski.
Crum make it?
Crum made it. That's right.
Yeah.
Crum made it. So I would say no. But I would also say that at this point in camp, you usually say no. And it's not until the preseason games where you're like, oh, wait, you really do need to hold on to this guy.
Good point.
That is true.
If you had to place a bet at Bet365, what would the UDFA you would bet on to continue the streak?
I'm torn between. Well, so here was my thought. Christian Williams, the defensive tackle, looks good. Probably not good enough to actually
Where's
make
he
the team.
from?
He is from I thought somewhere in the South. I thought, but I can't remember.
I'll
I've
look
actually
him
been
up.
wondering.
Don't you
Missouri. So he's looked good. I don't think it's good enough to unseat.
That's not Johnny Walker.
No.
As I'm saying the name, clearly it is not. But I need to talk that through. Sorry guys.
Tough. Yeah. Johnny's been hurt, which is tough.
Damn.
Yeah. So I think that's probably the guy who maybe makes the most sense. But when you have Jordan Jackson, Malcolm Roach, Uzurike coming off the bench, one of those guys is probably getting cut. I'm not sure how you're making it in. So then I would also look at the linebackers. With Kareem Reed, I thought has been awesome.
Right.
Jordan Turner, JB Brown also look really good. So maybe that's the answer.
All right.
Okay. Hey, everything he says gets me so excited.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're gonna have
really
to
incredible.
talk about something else here.
Well, what direction do you want to go? Futures?
Sure.
That's a fun one.
Okay. Henry, I let you lead the way on this one as well.
All right.
It's a Hank heavy show.
It is.
go.
It's a Hank show.
Great. We love it.
Should we start with the Broncos?
Yes.
Well, if we get the Broncos talk out of the way, then we can kind of open things up.
Oh, here we go again.
So Broncos win total is at 9.5. Yep, I agree. We were talking about it before. So last year I had like the over 5.5, over 6.5, over 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. So just
Plus
kept
100 at Bet365. So the value's not bad.
Okay. So I think that I'm maybe a little bit less excited about the win total this year, just because like even money on that when it feels like it's going to be right about where it is.
There was mad value last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And which is a bit of a letdown, but I still think it probably is a pretty good bet.
Love it.
Yeah. Then you got like the future stuff, which actually for them, I think I like that better. So like Broncos to win the division is plus 300.
Yep.
Broncos to make the playoffs is, I guess, minus 130. So that win total is probably better if that's plus 100. I don't know.
Yeah, I like plus 300 a lot.
I already took that.
I think I put that aggressively. I also had a Bo Nix future. I forget what it was. I have it in my bet slip there. How do we feel about over 10.5?
Love it.
What's the value?
Plus 160.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you're starting to push it, but yeah.
I know, but if to make the playoffs is minus 130.
To win 10 at plus 100 is definitely better than the playoffs.
Yes, agreed.
Yep.
In order, value-wise, I think I like over 9.5 just because it's slightly safer. Then to win the division. Then the alt line at over 10.5.
Yeah. I don't dislike it. Just playing with fire a bit.
So Sean said Bo's going to run more, right? Or he's been...
I don't know if he said that.
RK mentioned it. Is Bo going to run more this year?
I would say he'll throw more on the run for sure. The bootlegs will mean there's more of that. I also think that the run game with him kind of kicked up in the middle of the season last year. So even if they kind of keep that pace, then it would be more at the beginning of this year and more total.
I also threw a little chunk on Bo Nix to score 8+ rushing touchdowns.
Oh, wow. What are those odds?
A lot. Plus 1,100.
1,100. Okay.
That's
getting
great
a little
one.
crazy.
You know what I like, and I placed this last year too? Sean Payton, Coach of the Year, plus 2,200. And last year my thinking was if he takes the Broncos to the playoffs, he has to be at least in contention. They really let me down with that. The NFL voters, that is.
Yeah.
This year, though, I mean, he finally ends the streak of Chiefs winning the West. He at least has to be in the mix, right?
Like this is going to go to like the Panthers or someone who
Ben
wins,
Johnson's
like, 9
the
games.
favorite. Vrabel's second at plus 800. Vrabel scares me. Then it's Liam Cohen. No way. Aaron Glenn. No way. Dave Canales. Be serious. Jonathan Gannon. Like, What are we doing? Pete Carroll. I could see Pete Carroll. Though, I don't know. I'm not a Raiders believer. That defense is going to be hot garbage.
I know. They're another tough one. You would think the defense would be that bad. But also, like, they have the best running back in the division and the best tight end in the division.
I'm just, like, Sean has longer odds than, like, Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur.
It's because...
And Dan Campbell.
If you won 10 games last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you win 10 games, then how do you...
What if they're just, like, a good team?
But like the Broncos were already there. Like to get coach of the year, you'd have to win like 15, 16 games.
That many? You think 12, 13 doesn't do it?
I don't think that's really that much of a surprise, honestly.
So last year, Kevin O'Connell did it for going 14-3. Year before, Kevin Stefanski went 11-6. So remember, that was taking the bad Browns team and they had that
team,
year. Dable won it the year before. The Giants were 9-7-1.
How did Sean not get better consideration last year?
Because
this is ridiculous.
Because he's Sean Payton. People already know he's one of the best coaches in the NFL. They're not going to like...
What hurt him was still being decent in that first year with Russ.
Yes.
Because then even into December last year, it was like, oh, are they last year's Broncos or is there a little more? Instead of being like, whoa, what the Broncos are doing is insane. What a turnaround.
Sean finished 5th last year. Kevin O'Connell, then Dan Campbell, Andy Reid, Dan Quinn, Sean Payton.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's good value, but you guys are making a pretty good case for why that value is, in fact, so good.
If you want great value, then Evan Ingram over 575.5 receiving yards. That's easy.
Yes.
What are the odds?
-110. That's the line.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That's great.
That is great.
Evan Ingram, comeback player of the year, plus 10,000.
Because he's not really coming back from...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he played 13 games.
Better
But
candidate than Rashi Rice, plus 12,000. Yeah, you can't
back from crime,
Yeah. Better value than
hurt.
Deshaun Watson, plus 5,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nobody wants to vote for him.
Better value than JJ McCarthy, plus 750.
He was hurt though. Like
He
Patrick
was hurt.
Mahomes did kill
But
Rashee Rice
are
at
you-
one point last year.
I don't know
forget
that,
about
JJ would be coming back.
No,
You know, because he
right.
wasn't there to start with.
Right. It's more like the breakout award.
Yeah. Cortland Sutton at 850.5, -130 on the over. If you want to bet that, just put on your
pretty
money
good.
on Evan Ingram.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know you guys have done the rookie stuff, so I won't. But obviously, Travis Hunter
Just
plus
take Travis,
8 hundo is
Yeah.
great money.
He's gonna win one of them for sure.
J.K. Dobbins
Plus
line,
6,000 to win both.
549.5.
Plus what?
6,000 for him to win
Oh,
both
yeah, we
defensive
talked
and
about that.
offensive.
Yeah.
Sorry, Henry.
J.K. Dobbins line at 549.5. I mean, I'd take that over. Like, to me, to see that at 549.5 and Harvey at 724.5 blows my mind.
Yeah, that's
Like, those should be flipped.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I'm not even like the biggest
I
Dobbins
mean,
believer.
there's the health aspect with JK
Exactly.
though.
But that's really good value.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd take that one as well.
I'm just hoping there's going to be like a real increase in like efficiency per carry from the run game.
That would sure go a long way.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where there's
Can't
like
get much worse.
whatever it is, it's 15 teams between like 4.2 and 4.6 or something. So it's like if you just get that little bump like that, it's a huge difference.
Oh, and then Protector of the Year debuts this year.
Yeah. And it's going to a tackle.
Yeah.
Probably Trent Williams they'll want to give it to. For the
Penei
first
Sewell
one.
is the fave. Plus 6 hundo. Lane Johnson plus 7 hundo. Trent Williams plus 850. Lane and Trent have had issues injury-wise, staying on the field. Then it's Dion Doc. Who do I like? Quinn Miners plus 400.
400?
4,000, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. They're not giving it to him.
You don't think an interior guy can get it?
No, because it's protector. It's pass protection.
Yeah, this is going to a tackle, bro.
I know, but the top tackles they have on here are more road graders than protectors. You know?
True.
Do we actually expect this award to be given to the best pass protector of the year?
I don't know. I might just have to start doing O-line breakdowns so I can call the voters clowns
There you
no
go.
matter who they
That
give it
might
to.
be worth it.
It really would be worth
Nick
it.
Benito,
for
10
that
sacks
shtick.
plus 100.
Oh, all in.
Yep.
All in. Who do I like for protector of the year? Tristan Wirfs plus 33 Hundy. That's probably good value. That's
You're going to
probably
throw
good
it a
value.
lot too.
Yep. That's good value right there. Okay, what else, Henry? What else? Are the Broncos out the way? Can
That's
we
probably
talk
enough Broncos,
non-Broncos?
yeah. How weird do we want to get? I can say that to me, AFC East to finish in the exact order: Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets plus 400. Kind of obscure, but I kind of like it.
The Jets could boom you there.
You think so?
Yeah,
Do you think
I
so?
also am
Really?
worried about the Jets.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's the one. I'm sure about Bills at the top. I'm sure about the Jets at the bottom. Patriots over Dolphins, Dolphins over Patriots. I would go Patriots, obviously.
There's a lot of anti-Dolphins noise out there right now.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Well, Mike Daniel feeling the day went well because he's a day closer to death is tough.
One in the
Certainly
same,
not
brother.
Oh.
One in the same, brother.
For them, it's interesting too because they start with the Colts. So Colts, Patriots, Bills, Jets, Panthers. So you have Jets, Panthers, and Colts all in the first 5 weeks. So if you can win those, like that's to me what it's the whole season swings on is whether you actually like take care of business in those games.
Those are hot, muggy Sundays. Well, that's also the Dolphins. Like they're the greatest September football season team of all time, and then when they have to go to Buffalo and
true.
Foxborough in December, they wilt like a flower.
Or when Tua gets hurt.
And I know Aaron Glenn, I don't believe, but I kind of believe.
I like their defense.
Like
though.
he's come in and said, we're going to basically build this thing like the Lions. And they kind of have. And the O-line's going to be good. The skill positions are good. Justin Fields, like whatever, he was serviceable with the Steelers. And the defense might be good with a good DC.
Yeah.
Though he's a
Breece
bit of
Hall?
a bend don't break DC, less of a like, I'm going to impose my will. He's less Wade Phillips, Buddy Ryan. He's more John Fox as far as his defensive philosophy.
They got so many first-round
Tony
picks on this
Dungy.
defense, though. And they just... You've seen it the last few years, too. Quinnen Williams has really been breaking out. Sauce Gardner is one of the best corners in the game.
Yeah, and kind of had a down year. Like you recoup Sauce Gardner and you develop Will McDonald to kind of be you might have something there. And Henry's just such a Pats believer.
But I've decided is I'm not as much as a believer as like the public, which is a crazy thing. Like when
Public
their
all in.
win total's like 8.5 or so.
Really?
I mean, because Drake May looked good last year, and you throw in the defense should be one of the best. So, but
they don't have much, though.
No.
Like, outside of that.
no, on offense they don't. And it'd just be Drake May hero ball.
I mean, he'd have to really, really go off for them to get to 9-10 wins.
He looked good last year, though. Like to me, so I look at it as like Bo, May, and Jaden Daniels are like the three who could explode this year, whereas like Penix, McCarthy, Caleb Williams are just like, you kind of stay alive. Like let's just don't let this be the last year.
Yeah.
I think those three teams, I kind of I don't know. I'm kind of anti-Commanders at this point too.
I like New England's offensive line a lot.
I'm nearing anti-commander status myself.
Why?
I don't think the defense and O-line made the improvements they need.
They're an older team, too.
I think the Scary Terry situation may be a concern, and I just think we could see this from a lot of these rookie quarterbacks. Film is out, and you start to be able to scheme them a little
And we
more.
saw it last year because those first 4 weeks was when Jaden Daniels was putting up the crazy numbers. Like never under 70% completion, had like the 23-25 game. If you take his first 4 weeks out and Bo Nix's first 4 weeks out from last season, you'd say Bo Nix is pretty clearly the better quarterback statistically.
Yeah.
And I think that you're just, if those are the starting points, but yeah, anti-commanders might mean they finish like 10-7 to me, which still probably
yes.
doesn't
Right.
even hit
And
the under, and that's why I don't know what to do with it.
So I think they'll still be good, but I could see some Texans last year. everyone thinks the Texans are like the dark horse Super Bowl team, and they actually just regress a little bit.
Which is so weird too, because like their defense was awesome. Like by DVOA, they were one of the 3 teams better than the Broncos defense last year, but they just couldn't, with the receiver injuries, couldn't find a way to be good.
You know why that
which
is
crazy.
Though? Yeah. I mean, we just laid it out, you know, like, yeah, I think the dip is only, like, it's going down now.
I think so too. Also, Dobbins to lead the Broncos rushing yards plus 175.
It's not bad.
I'd probably just take the 5.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Broncos too. Just in. No filming team periods today at joint practice.
Yeah, if you thought Sean Payton was signing up to have his plays filmed, no.
No, thank you. Luckily, we have Zach Stevens.
Yes.
Boomsies. A little ACC.
Let's do it.
Clemson, the favorite here.
That's the story of this conference. It's Clemson and the rest, at least going into this season. They are absolutely stacked.
Dabo got clowned for the not transfer portaling it. Took a couple years. But this is the year where you look at that lineup and, you know, 2 of the top edge and the top interior defensive lineman, Peter Woods, the defensive tackle, TJ Parker, the edge rusher. Cade Klubnik is 3rd shortest odds to be the first overall pick in next year's draft, their quarterback. Don't love him, but a good college quarterback, and I think could maybe surprise us with some stuff. Has some bow next to him. Gets the ball out quick, mobile, dual threat. You have one of the top corners in Avion Terrell, H.A. Terrell's broski. They bring back their right tackle, who I thought was a sneaky 3rd round target for the Broncos before he decided to stay in school, and Blake Miller last year. And then Antonio Williams, you know, the star freshman wide receivers last year were Jeremiah Smith. Who's the second one I'm blanking on? Oh, of course, Ryan Williams at Bama. And then Antonio Williams, who actually is a redshirt freshman at Clemson, who would be eligible. And in a year where kind of the wide receiver class is wide open, he's a real dark horse to be the top guy. And I mean, that's just the headliners. There's a lot more talent that Dabo has in the ACC. On top of that, I don't know, going into projecting this conference, probably the easiest conference to win in the P4.
I'd say so. I mean, I think Miami's going to be good. I think SMU will be good again this year. But other than that, man, I'm not too sold on Louisville. Georgia Tech as well. I think Georgia Tech, they're riding a lot off that Georgia game at the end of last year. A lot of hype from that. We've seen a lot of Haynes King. I'm just going to rely on what I've seen so far, I think. He has gotten better for sure. But that's
at least you have a veteran quarter. If I was to identify a dark horse, them and Virginia Tech look interesting to me.
Duke as well. They got Darian Mensah at quarterback. He was at Tulane last year. He's an intriguing option to maybe blow up. But seriously, this is Clemson's conference to lose.
It's why they're plus 110 to win the ACC.
Yeah.
That is short odds.
It's crazy. Because it comes down to a game, too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Where it's even in that game, you could just lose it right there. You could have a great season blow. So to be plus 110 in that conference is ridiculous. Because you have to earn your way there, and then...
You're describing what happened to Miami last year.
Totally.
They're undefeated going into November and seem like a lock to win the conference. And then in the end, the ACC title is being played between SMU and Clemson.
Yeah.
They didn't even make their conference title game because, as you said, it literally comes down to 1 or 2 games. So, yeah, I actually do think there's always value. You see this in college hoops, too. The closer you get to the end of the season, the favorite or maybe the top of the standings is getting way too much juice. So there is value with those teams right behind. It's just hard to identify a team right behind outside of the Hurricanes. It's all about the U. And trenches, definitely a team to watch with.
Yes.
Francis
Both
Mailaga, their right tackle's a beast. Ruben
Bain.
Their edge rushers there. Carson Beck, we'll see.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, man.
Not a Beck lever, but maybe the stock. Maybe you are buying the dip with Carson Beck.
Yeah. Would you rather
know?
have Beck or Haynes King?
I'd rather have Carson Beck. Go
Okay.
back 2 years. Go back 2 years. Carson Beck was good.
Georgia's undefeated going into that Bama game, and everyone's like, man, is this guy just a lock to win the Heisman and a lock to be like first overall and stuff?
And they were good because they had a tremendous offensive line. They were playing defense out there. They have weapons this year. The last couple of years, they didn't really have any real explosive guys. But I just like what the situation he's stepping into. He's stepping into one of the best offensive lines in college football, a team that was extremely explosive in the passing game last year. They do lose Restrepo and a couple other guys as targets, but I just think that
You lost a lot of skill players, for sure.
you did.
Yep.
But dude, this conference is terrible. Like Stanford, Wake Forest, Boston College, Virginia, Pitt, like Cal, Syracuse, almost even now. Like we're not expecting a lot from any of these teams.
Yeah. And they're plus 400, which, I mean, the book agrees with us. Like, those are clearly the two favorites. And then it's kind of the best of the rest.
Miami also got away with a lot last year. There
Dude.
was such a fluky season.
Yes.
And they should be, you would think, worse.
They're kind
Significantly.
of Fluke City.
Well, okay, a lot of that was Cam Ward, though.
Definitely.
Cam Ward got them into a lot of situations
Yes,
that
he
he
did.
took them
Yes, he
out
did.
of. So
that guy.
I don't expect Carson Beck to be as aggressive in the passing game. I don't know off the top of my head who they have at running back.
Yeah, but it's not Martinez.
It's not Martinez, but I'm telling you, this is one of the best offensive lines in college football this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
They bring back a lot of guys. That really helps. And having a veteran quarterback goes a long way. Like having Beck in this conference,
Yeah.
it's different from having him in the SEC.
You had the number one pick last year, though. In a weird year and
Yeah,
wasn't any of our
totally.
favorites, but
Totally.
it could still easily be a step back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count
And a
out.
good tight end, a good running back, a
receiver,
good
yeah.
like the most reliable safety blanket receiver in the entire class, a left tackle that's left.
Yep.
Like the offense has lost a lot.
Yep.
But that's the thing. The defense
Yep.
should only be better.
I agree.
And Cristobal does know how to recruit.
He does.
Like his impact has been instant. So I think that goes a long way, you know?
Don't sleep on SMU this year either. They got Jennings back at quarterback.
That actually matters
Yeah.
a ton. I mean, they were so great last year.
And they seem like
And mostly only lost Brashard Smith. No,
Yep.
Brashard Smith, phenom. But
Great player. Yeah.
especially in college football.
yeah.
Like that's a guy who just dominates. I mean, that's their Visca essentially.
Yeah.
They
but
do. Go
Plus
ahead.
1,000.
yeah, SMU is
the
another team
conference.
that's like trending up. Like if we're betting like next 5 years,
Yeah.
like give me SMU over Miami over some of these other teams just because that trajectory with the money and all that.
Perfect school for the new format.
Exactly.
That alumni base, super rich.
They have money to spend.
Super rich. And they got bumped up in the ACC. You're getting to recruit the Dallas Metro is in your backyard.
Unopposed
I
in
mean,
that conference.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
They do have a difficult schedule though. Out of conference, they play Baylor in week 2. That's going to be a big game, and then they play at TCU week 4. Then they take on Clemson in Clemson. They play Miami. They play Louisville as well. But they got a lot of the cupcakes in the ACC in there. And outside of Baylor, not as strong. Outside of Baylor and TCU, not as strong out of conference schedule.
Good for them, though, for keeping those local games on the schedule. Broncos Tube asking us, do you think Arch stays another year? That was the
Archie said
hot
as much.
report
Yes.
this morning.
Yeah. I
It was-
believe him.
All the way along, if all indications were he was staying another year, and then when his grandfather says he's staying another year, I buy that.
Yeah.
And for what
He's
it's
not
worth,
coming out.
the Browns owner also said that he thinks Archie will stay, or Arch will
Everybody
stay another year.
thinks.
Yeah. And I want to I want to ask you guys about your grandpa, and if your grandpa made a statement about your career, would we trust it? But I am reminded that Archie twice was able to maneuver the draft and make sure
Exactly.
his sons went with it. Like,
Neither of my grandpas.
this
either.
isn't my
maneuvered the
grandpa.
draft.
It's not our grandpas. You
No.
know, this is a different deal. Broncos Tube also Reporting here, Rashawn Slater currently being carted off,
Yep.
Big news.
starting early for the Chargers.
That's
that would
right,
be a
they do
shame.
this.
Teammates coming up to hug him too.
Ugh,
Oh, geez.
that's
Yeah,
a season
That's
changer.
rough.
Yep.
Hope you guys didn't play some protector of the year because he did have
Make your Broncos bets now because that line will move.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else on the ACC? How many more years do we get the ACC?
It depends.
Over under 2.5 seasons.
Well, might be over under might be 11 because that's their media deal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Those will become poverty schools by year like 6.
I mean, that's why FSU and Clemson were suing the conference to try and get out of this horrendous media deal that goes through 36 or 37. whatever it is.
Legends. And what are these lawyers doing? They couldn't get it across the goal line?
No, they settled. They like dropped the suits as of now, but like
Payout.
actually, so
quick
interesting
cash.
stuff on this.
Here's the check.
Big 12 commissioner Brett Yormark.
Legend.
He did you guys hear about the Memphis thing a couple weeks ago? Memphis straight up offered $200 million to enter the Big 12. Said they were going to bring all these sponsors with it and stuff too. Big 12 said no, thank you. This is a commissioner who said the conference is open for business. I think he thinks the ACC may, what you were hinting at, be their demise might be closer than we think.
Yes.
Because it was always, I'm trying to think, because everything changes so quickly. It was always the SEC at the top, and now I guess the Big Ten has like closed that gap. And then it was like ACC, and then the Big 12 and Pac-12. ACC with the Pac-12's death is now pretty clear. Well, I guess it depends on how you weight Clemson. It's like Clemson wins the Big 12 also.
But
Miami, but I mean, you look
not
at the
as
rest
strong
of
as
those teams,
the Big 12. Top to
certainly
bottom.
with the depth,
Because
that
the Big
is
12,
interesting.
There's 8 teams right now where we're like, oh my gosh, we don't know who's going to win this conference. They all have quarterbacks.
So assuming the SEC isn't interested in Clemson or Miami, which is a massive assumption.
They're interested.
Yeah, because this is not the conversation for me having in 2022. I could have killed all this, but now it's like at the time they don't want another team in Florida. They don't want another team in
Overtime. Catch us
South Carolina because of all the other stuff. But that stuff seems to be gone. But if somehow the SEC passed, the Big 12 picks those 2 teams up, that'd be massive.
That's, I think, the long goal. FSU in particular, SMU would be a great addition to the Big 12 right now.
Oh, SMU was.
It's a perfect fit. Yeah.
It's the most.
I mean,
they literally have 2 non-conference games with the Big 12 because it's if you had the entire state of Texas, the Big 12 would rule.
Stanford and Cal are just still in the ACC. Like, that's obviously not for long. Doesn't feel like it would last for long.
Yeah. Though the algorithm was fun last year.
Yeah, but they lost their best player over the offseason.
I know. Jaden, he's going to be fun at Oklahoma. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Should have been a buff.
Yeah.
Should have been a buff.
That was a tough day when he chose Cal.
Damn straight. Okay. That's a good one. Hank, give Hydramo some info as he's asking what time is the joint practice? Is Zach going to be doing a cover on it later, out until tomorrow?
So it is going now, as I understand. Yes, JL Skinner interception. I think
let's go. JL season.
We have our show at 3.
Ooh.
So we're doing a remote show because Zach is out there and he'll have the details.
Wow.
Yes.
Cut and dry.
Yes.
Tune in for more info.
Yes. 3:00.
Well, if you're on it like you've been on it today, it will be a must listen, watch. Bless you all for tuning in. Such a pleasure being back with the Schwan Man and Big Hank doing this. Of course, superstar Alyssa behind the 1s and 2s, getting it all done. Bless you all for tuning in. We will do this again next week. We took 1 week off. Sometimes we don't do that. Sometimes we do. Henry has some fidgets he needs to put back into the desk. We don't want angry messages from production.
We just need to. Why do we even have these?
For
All they're
that
meant for
reason,
is to
bro.
grab.
No, for this reason right there.
Yeah, you don't want a
But
gaping
even
hole. Is
without
what I
this
was gonna
hole,
say.
there's already a hole. You need someone to put it through. You don't need to add a hole. It has a hole.
He kind of has a point.
Yeah.
No, cord fits through this. All this does is make it smaller. It fits through this. It fits through that. Oh.
It's about the optics.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course,
about the
yes.
optics. We not optics guys unless it's a football body. Then we are optics
Facts.
guys.
Yes.
Wow. So beautiful to do it all with you. DNVR Draft Pod out. Until next week. Love you.
We all silly like the mayor.